I think what we just got to go out, and I certainly have to do a better job the last 4 weeks of the year. So appreciate it. Just have a good week.
Now we have Bruce Arians saying that Tom Brady is calling the plays. That made news. People are all heated about that. Nate, what do you make of this? I will say this is the first time that Mr. Tom Brady has lost 3 of 4 since 2009.
Time is ticking. Time is ticking. I've said so close to this point that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have time to figure this out. And I feel like, honestly speaking, I don't think they have enough time to figure it out to be as good as the best in the league, because they're not on the same page. And I know that sounds very generic, sounds cliche. You hear it all the time when you watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Romo said it this weekend. Well, they're just not on the same page. And look right there, they're not on the same page. Chemistry. So what do you do? It seems like we're saying this week in and week out. Tom Brady has to stay longer at practice. Guys have to stay within the facility. They have to get on the same page. Last weekend, I called for more Scotty Miller because before Antonio Brown stepped in there, Scotty Miller had a bunch of catches, 400 yards, and he was a big part of this offense. He disappeared when AB got there. I feel like they need to get on the same page, not by just saying it and not by just hearing it, because Tom Brady is sick of hearing it. It's putting in that extra work. And Tom Brady is familiar with that. How about you just stay after the facility, stay on the field if you have to, because right now they don't have it.
It's the most clutch bye week of the year by far. I mean, this is great timing. Like, everyone just time the hell out. Everybody chill. And I just looked at Bruce Arians. There's a lot of the smoke goes around Tom Brady, but Bruce Arians is a great guy and has a great reputation. Is he a great head football coach? I don't know. You know, he has this thing that he's talked about for years where he has this congenial, come over to my house and have a drink, and I'll have drinks with the players afterwards, and we'll sit down and we'll talk. Maybe Tom needs to come over and sit next to the pool for 5 or 6 hours and talk through this thing, because when you're cutting press conferences short early and there's finger pointing from Camp Brady, just chill out. I don't know if it's Mai Tais or skinny margaritas, whatever the hell it is. Sit down and talk, because this thing can be salvaged. It really can. I just don't want to see any more fingers pointed away from Arians. You made this thing. And when you start saying things like he was saying them within the last week about everyone was just handing us the title in August. Well, that's because you signed Brady and Gronkowski and you brought in Fournette. Of course we're going to get it. That was the stew that you made. Now you got to eat it. You're 7-5. You have an easy month ahead on the schedule relative. There's no reason you shouldn't go in without 10 or 11 wins and get this thing together. You are the coach that has so much respect. Show me some results. You know, I problem solve, talent manage, and win games. That is why you were paid. It's not because you're a good guy with a Kangol hat and a cocktail. Coach some football now. I think it's on you.
Yeah, you know, Nate, you were talking about Romo on the call, and Romo, the first quarter, is lamenting over there's no motion in the offense, and I need to see more. By the fourth quarter, Romo's like, we might be seeing these guys again in the Super Bowl in February. And I don't know if he's just being a good CBS employee trying to pray and hope for a Brady in the Super Bowl, or if he genuinely meant that. And like, now you go to the bye week, that fourth quarter was pretty good. They did show some fight. They didn't just pack it in against the Chiefs. And yet, I look at Brady cutting the conference short. Everyone's like, ooh, that's not the usual time. That was Tom Brady in New England. That's what he did. He was not exactly warm and fuzzy after a loss in New England. If you remember all the deflated football stuff, he was very short with the media and actually very terse with the media because he didn't want to deal with that. And he felt like he was being put in a corner. Brady was shiny, happy people guy this summer with his Instagram and the jokes with Gronk. But when Brady's a competitor, the standard is up here. He's not going to be smiling after a press conference. I think it's the same Tom Brady we've always seen. Just didn't see it as often as we're seeing it this year.
When are you going to get worried about them?
Well, it's not my job to worry.
But I'm saying, you're saying time, they still got time. When are you going to be?
No, I just said that.
Time's running out, right?
I just said that I don't think they have what it takes to get on the same page and compete with the best teams in the league.
But like, they'll get in the playoffs and be one and done?
I don't know. It's hard to predict. You know, I don't want to play Nation
how they respond
Dominus.
to the bye week, right?
Yeah, it's just they got a month. December is the most important month for a lot of teams, but no more important team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They don't face any top talent in that. I'm just trying to. You think it's a good thing?
Yeah, just let us get.
Let's see how they come out though. They come after the bye and they go against Dalvin Cook. Are they ready to hit him?
If they had
lost anybody?
If they had lost that game by 40 points and the fourth quarter didn't happen and they're going into the bye week, not that I would feel totally different, but at least there's optimism. Now you roll off a couple wins if they can win those games,
gain confidence,
and all that.
Be happy at the podium.
With a team no one wants to face, all that stuff. We'll see. Tony Romo really wanted that Brady Super Bowl done.
Yeah, he took some heat on that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's way into it.
He's an optimistic guy.
Yeah, shush.
Kyle, you think
the Masters week off? That was
Belichick
nice.
and Brady, whether they were together in Tampa Bay or up in New England, have a crazy record and be one of the top teams?
I think if Brady was on the Pats right now, yes, they'd have a much better record and they'd be going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, Cam Newton could barely throw the ball. Yeah. So, listen, what's interesting is that I was saying a few weeks ago about the chapters are written, Brady's better, Belichick can't win without Brady. I don't know now.
Can they win without each other?
Maybe not. Maybe not. 7-5. A year ago, they were 10-1 right now. That's why Brady was so happy. He was 10-1. But yeah, Peter, you're right. He does get pissed off.
He was kind of miserable last year at 10-1.
Yeah, remember when he was asked about the Paul Rudd Netflix show? He was really pissed.
Not happy.
Not happy at all.
Not happy at all.
And not happy now either.
He's not happy.
We have power rankings coming up. Well,
out.
Thursday, we're revealing those, of course, for all 32 teams. Find out where your squad lands on the list. It's NFL Power Rankings Thursday at 3, only on NFL Network. Kyle, do we have any cool guests on our show today?
Saquon Barkley. Saquon. Missed the big.
Talked about it. Ravens and Steelers. What is the latest?
Okay, no Ravens and Steelers tonight. That game has now been postponed for a third time, allowing the NFL and its medical experts to get another day of COVID-19 testing results, also allowing Baltimore players to get a little bit more training in and avoid any soft tissue injuries that might pop up after a long layoff in light of their COVID-19 outbreak. That also required the shuffling of a couple of games in Week 13. So here is now the latest and greatest version of this schedule. Week 12 finally concludes with the Ravens and Steelers at 3:40 Eastern time tomorrow. Why the early kickoff? Well, NBC has the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting. Can't conflict with that, so they'll play in the afternoon. Week 13, Washington and the Steelers gets pushed back from Sunday to Monday, now 5 p.m. Eastern kickoff. And the Cowboys and Ravens now has been moved from Thursday to Monday. It'll end up being next Tuesday, the 8th, 8:05 p.m. Now, the Ravens were back in their facility yesterday. They had a walkthrough and a conditioning session. They'll have another walkthrough today, and then the plan is to travel to Pittsburgh tonight. In terms of rescheduling, these are medical decisions, but there are some competitive implications here. Ravens running backs J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram, who would not have been eligible to play last Thursday or Monday or Tuesday or any other time, they will be eligible to play on Wednesday because their 10-day isolation period following positive COVID-19